Yo, what is going on, everybody? Welcome back to yet another episode of Grow Through Grief, and let's just say what day it is. It is day, I don't know, I can't count. Well, we're 9 away from 180 days of sobriety, so day 181 of sobriety, and math is hard. Day 174 without Jana. July 20th. 2017, and today is the first day ever that I feel compelled to make a video other than a rant video, or just a video that's just vomit or update or whatever. So we're gonna dive in today without further ado into 6 things, because we're almost to 6 months of sobriety and 6 months without Jana. 6 things that I do almost every day to combat depression, anxiety, getting back into the real world disorder. I think it's dissociation disorder. Not been officially diagnosed, but pretty sure it's happening. Yeah, so these are things that I just want to preface very, very lightly. That today Chester from Linkin Park decided to take his own life, and he might be one of the best frontmen to ever step in front of a microphone in that genre in music ever. I used to really like Linkin Park. I admittedly listened to every album that came out, but mental illness on a day like today needs to be talked about. So here I am making a video. It is also, coincidentally, I think the day that Justin Lowe, from After the Burial, the guitar player, a man I worked with for many years at Buffalo Wild Wings, took his life. I don't know the actual anniversary because I block out things. Sue me. So we're going to dive right in. I just want to say that mental health, seriously, if you guys are here and watching these videos, thank you. Secondly, mental health is something that needs to be talked about in this country. I am so sick of people taking their own lives because they have nowhere to go. And it's not the people I'm mad at, it's everyone else who doesn't listen. So here we are with 6 things that I do every day to combat depression. We're going to start with number 1. Number 1 is the power of prayer, and it's something I do every day. The first thing I do when I wake up every day, and I was going to go shoot me praying and stuff, and nah. I know some other YouTubers who have done that, and I'm thankful for their ability, but I let my knees hit the ground. I don't just lay in bed and do it. You can do it. I literally get down on my knees at the base of my bed every day, and I talk to what I believe to be my higher power. Now this sometimes trips people up. It's like in a 12-step program, coming to believe that a power greater than I can restore myself to sanity. Yeah, that's a hard one. Really hard. It might even be step 3. I don't remember. But what I guess I'm getting at, I don't care who you pray to, who you talk to. For me, I get down on my knees and I talk to my conception of God, not the guy in the sky that's high and just is high and holy and can do whatever he wants. I don't really believe that God exists. I believe it's something far bigger than that, far bigger than the Bible tells us, and that's my belief, and you don't have to believe it. But the beauty of getting on your knees and saying, whether it's scripture or prayers that have been told, I usually start with the Serenity Prayer, and then I move into prayer for strength, prayer for healing, prayer for myself to be shown the way to do my Creator's will. So to be there for another alcoholic, to be there for another man or woman who's in need of help, I need that strength so I can get out of my own head to be of most use for the day. Then I usually start talking to Jana, which is every day. Sometimes I actually feel her. I feel like my chest get tight during prayer. And this is something I do on the inverse. So when I go to bed at night, I let the knees hit the ground. Not every night. This is a work in progress. This whole life is a work in progress, and I'm okay with it. And you have to be okay with it too. You can't do everything overnight, and you can't ingrain everything into your mind and set everything in stone that you're going to do this every night. And if you don't do it, you're a horrible person. No. What I'm saying is that at night, my prayers generally are thank you prayers, or prayers for people that I know are struggling. Oftentimes it's both. But I've got a friend in the hospital right now. Shout out to you, man. Be well. But I pray for strength for people like that. I pray for people who need healing, you know, loved ones who are close to me who I know are struggling. But that's what I do every night. I start my day and I end my day getting in touch with my higher power, my creator. Because if I can do that, then I give myself the best fighting chance I can. Moving on, number 2 is reading. The reason it's in this order is because generally speaking, while I'm making coffee or breakfast, if I actually do it here or do it at work, I will take a hot minute and do a daily reading. You can kind of see some of the books back there. I've got a bunch on my iPad. The one I'm actually really delving into right now is The Power of Now. And there's a couple other, The Chemistry of Joy, The Chemistry of Calm. It's Okay to Laugh, Crying is Cool Too, The Language of Letting Go, Writing Things Down. Reading and journaling, I guess, is a 2-point, like, I'm combining them because when I read, then I get motivated to write, and then when I write, I get everything off my chest in that moment. So if something's been weighing me down from the day prior, because I try not to live in the past, I'm able to get it out or learn something new to battle today. So reading is huge. I don't care what you read. If you just want to read Harry Potter and over again, cool, you're reading. I think it distracts the mind, it makes the mind stronger, you learn a little bit about yourself, others, it might make you smile too. So reading and journaling are number 2. Number 3 are herbal remedies, and the reason I put it here is because generally speaking, while I'm making coffee and reading, I'm taking my daily routine. July 11th, 2017, I decided to say fuck prescription pills completely. No Zoloft, no Trazodone, no Klonopin. And interestingly enough, I had a therapy appointment that same day, the day I threw everything in the trash, the day I tapered off of things. Yes, I know I'm still under the half-life, so you don't have to be a scientist and tell me that. I know it's still affecting me, trust me. I'm not saying you need to throw your medications in the toilet. I am saying that's what's worked through me through this journey. Zoloft had, the combination of medications I was on was making me insane. I was the darkest I've ever been. I wanted to kill myself. I wanted to literally park in that garage right there and just say, fuck it, I'm done. I'm done fighting this. And I can't even begin to tell you how cathartic it was and how empowering it was to think I can do this without medications. Seriously, if you're prescribed something, don't stop taking it. It's just something I had to do. So into herbal remedies. I started taking saffron extract twice daily, 88.5 milligrams in a capsule, in a plant-based capsule. I ordered it on Amazon. You can get them at GNC. The reason I'm using those is because I have experienced sexual adverse side effects, not that I'm having sex, just a lot of things with my mind has been so incredibly left foggy and fucked up that I can't function and do. I feel like there's this fog behind my eyes that has not gone away since I started taking those medications. So that's why I take the saffron extract. It has been proven in clinical trials to actually have equal or better effectiveness than some of the major brands like Celexa, Zoloft, Prozac, some of the big ones, in balancing mood disorders and helping restore, cognitive function and stuff like that. So, and also helping with those other side effects. So I do that. I take a vitamin every day. I actually take 4 vitamins every day, and they are a men's pack from Nutrilite through Amway. Not saying you have to buy Amway. I personally buy it from a friend. I support his business, and I also really, really like the product. They're a great product. But you could do a 1 a day, like a Centrum Silver or a gummy vitamin, I don't care. But making sure in this growing and grieving process and coming out of depression or wallowing in it, whatever, that you're taking care of your body's core needs. I know, first and foremost, I wasn't eating very well. I was eating every burger under the sun. Even right after Janet passed away, I was, wanted to go plant-based, but I was grief eating. I still grief eat, let's be real. And sometimes on the inverse of it, I don't eat at all. I'll just go to bed and didn't eat dinner. I didn't eat since 11 a.m. or something like that. So that's why it's really imperative that I take the daily vitamins so my body's getting everything I really need it to get. In conjunction with that, I do a couple things. I do a lot of tea. I started drinking a lot of tea probably a couple of years ago, but I really started getting into tea and reading about tea and what it can do for the mind. So there's 3 I keep on hand almost all the time. I'm not going to get too much into them, but they're all for different purposes, but it's not saying I drink them every day, because I don't. When it's hot AF out like this, yeah, I don't. The other thing I do a lot of is essential oils, and I have to give a massive shout out to my friend Jessica, who sent me a bunch of different essential oils that I put in a diffuser by my bed, and a lot of them help me sleep. Some of them I actually rub on my chest, on my neck. She provided written instructions. I just cannot believe how people care about other people. I wish more people cared for people who feel so alone. The other one is another shout out to a friend who suggested these to me. This is Bach Rescue Pastilles. They're kind of like a lozenge. I can't actually get these ones open. I have some open at my desk. I ordered more, so they came today, but they're lemon flavored. Caution, here we go. Those come in a alcoholic version, 10% alcohol. I don't know if it's per tablet or what, but I had to order the alcohol free. So if you are going to do that, probiotics is another one. Probiotics for me, I don't do it every day, but I do drink kombucha, and I know people in recovery, it's a fine line whether you should do that. I'm very comfortable in my recovery. I don't think kombucha is going to make me go drink. If it ever becomes that, and ever is the source of me going on and relapsing, then I will never drink kombucha again, but I'm fine. Kombucha is huge. It's fermented tea. It's got probiotics. It's really good for restoring gut health and digestive health. The other thing I've done as far as remedies go is dietary changes, and that gets into, I'm trying to live a plant-based, vegan lifestyle. Let me tell you, it's the hardest thing I've ever done in my life. It's harder than getting sober. So that was number 2, or that was number 3. That was number 3 is supplements. I recorded this video twice because I can't count. Number 4 is exercise. Exercise is something that I don't do every morning, but I try to do every day in some way, shape, or form, whether it's taking a walk on my lunch break, lifting some weights, biking. When Jana passed away, I bought a really nice road bike. I lost I think I'm down 53 pounds. I'm just almost to 189 pounds. I was 243 pounds when Jana passed away. I know, crazy, right? It's like 10 pounds a month. That's healthy. It's been a little bit slower in the last couple weeks. I've discovered without these medications on board, sleep is very difficult to me to getting through. So when I'm tired, it's really hard to actually give a shit about getting on the bike. But I went out today, it was 90 degrees, I only rode 6 miles, I had a lot of phone calls coming in, and I decided to ride those 6 miles. So, exercise, do something with your body. I don't care if it's you walked around the block, get up and move. When you move, you have endorphins that flood into your brain that kind of can distract you from feeling so awful. So do that. Whether, go join the gym, do yoga class. I've done some yoga twice now, and I absolutely love it. It is so imperative to recovery and healing in the mind. And exercise goes along with breathing. I mean, focus on your breathing. I could do videos on each one of these steps if people want them to, or things I do to help and, myself, get out of myself, if that makes sense. Number 5, see, I recorded this video before and this one wasn't on it, is music. Music is my life. Music should just be at the forefront of everything. Music for me can actually enhance mood. It can take me away from moods that I don't want to be in based on what I'm listening to, but I invested right away into a music subscription. I wasn't paying for one at the time. That lets me listen to whatever I want, whenever I want. That may not work for you. Some people just don't listen to music. I get it. I walk around with headphones all the time. I can't stand being in society without headphones in. I might have a problem. But really, seriously, music has been instrumental, see what I did there, in this growth and healing process and recovery process from being in through depression and anxiety. I know that when I have an anxious bout, I can just throw on a song or an album that can get me out of it almost every time. Not a lot of people can say that. Number 6. I don't remember. And that is a true thing, guys. Turning on this camera. Oh, I know what it was. Number 6 is talking to people and finding an outlet for being able to share your story is so powerful you don't even know it. turning on this camera today to make this video, even though it took 2 tries and I'm probably rambling and it's not well thought out, but it's talking to an audience, it's talking to somebody. It might help one person, that's all that matters. If one person watches this video and I've never met them and it helps their day, boom, done, video worth recording. But online communities have been imperative to my healing and growth off of these medications. Widow clubs for me, you know, if you're depressed, because just go to Reddit and type in depression. Go to YouTube, type in depression and how to get through. There's hundreds and hundreds and thousands of people who make videos like this. One of them is this guy Noah that I found. I don't know how I found him, and I don't think he'll ever watch this video, but I will leave his channel down below. It is very powerful. His story is very powerful. That's just it. That's what I'm trying to convey in talking to people, is that you might share an experience that you've had or been through that will change somebody's life forever. Seriously. Talk to people. Even if you feel the worst and you just want to get those negative vibes out, that's what those chat groups are for. That's what those Facebook groups are for, to rampage and just let things out. So, better out than in, as Shrek always said. And I'll stop at 6, but I could seriously probably go to 10. There are so many little different things that I do each day to try to give myself the best chance to get through today. And I'm going to leave it at this. Yesterday doesn't really matter anymore, guys. It doesn't. Because you can't control anything that happened yesterday. The future doesn't matter. You might not get there. I might not get there. And I'm not saying that. That is real talk. Like, we only have today. Today is seriously called the present because it is a gift. And if we're too worried about what happened yesterday or what's going to happen tomorrow, we can't focus on the here and now and be present to do what's before us. We can't, because we're blocking it out, we're letting everything in, and I know, easier said than done. So the whole point of this video is to try to find some things that work for you. They work for me, they may not work for you, but share it in the comments below, because community and talking about these things, if you've ever been depressed or anxious, or this isn't even about grief even anymore, this is about mental illness and mental disorder and having an outlet. If you want to go rage in the comment section below, rage. I will read it. I will respond it. I maybe respond to it. I am really bad at responding. I've always been bad at responding on YouTube, but try. And that's what counts, is you can try. That's all you can do, is try. You might fall. You might fall down flat on your face, and it might be the worst day in the world. But guess what? You gave it an effort to make today the best you could. So be empowered, stay inspired, and be well. First and foremost, I mean, just take care of yourself. This is what it's all about, is turning on this camera and being an outlet for other people to know that you can get through this. It may not feel like it. It may feel like your chest is collapsing. It may not feel like you're going to make it tomorrow. But I guarantee if you do one of these things every day out of these 6, or if you try to do the talking to people, I think that's what works the most for me. You're going to feel better, and you're going to help somebody else, which thus in turn helps you feel better. So with that, I am out of here. I will see you again very soon in another video. Peace.